because this is what drives me. And if you know this, then I apologize. But a child's brain grows most before they go to school. 90% of a child's growth of their brain is fully grown by 90% before they go to school.
Wow.
Right. Ofsted will say that the quality of care has to be good or outstanding to make a difference to that child's outlook on life.
Okay.
All right. So poor quality doesn't do anything for children, really. All right. It could actually damage them. All right. So that's why quality is so important. And research has shown that if children make really good progress in early years, not by pressurizing them, okay, because again, research has shown that play enables children to make those brain connections in the most impactful way.
Yeah.
All right. But research has shown if they do well in early years, particularly in communication and language, then they do better later in life. They actually pass their GCSEs, they A-levels, right into university. And their early years experience is still impacting their life into their 30s. But somebody told me not so long ago actually impacts their life into their 50s.
Wow.
So early years has an impact on physical and mental health, how people make relationships, how they're enabled to earn more money because they can get better jobs.
Yeah.
All right. How they can make better life choices so they stay away from prisons and substance abuse and poor relationships and all those sorts of things. All is impacted by what they've achieved in the early years.
Wow.
Parents don't understand this, and society doesn't understand this, and the government certainly are not taking any notice of it because it's not a 5-year problem, is it?
Yeah.
You know, interventions that's costing the world a lot of money, all right, are still being paid out, whereas they could save lots of money by putting better resources into early years.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was a politician saying for every £1 you spend in early years, you save £13 in adult interventions. Everybody talks about childcare as being expensive. It's actually not expensive if you compare childcare to any other profession, right, or trade even. You know, it's not expensive per hour. What the problem is that people can't afford it. So it's unaffordable. Oh, it's got to be funding. It's got to be funding and respect. And the two things come together, really. If you pay people properly. I don't know if you remember, you might be too young, but nurses used to be vocational.
Yeah.
All right. As did early years. All right. We were vocational workers. Okay. And with nurses, it became professionalized and the pay went up considerably. And we had degrees brought in, etc., etc. But their pay went up. Right. There's been a big push to make early years a profession with degrees. I mean, when I qualified, there were no degrees. And to make it professional, but the pay hasn't gone up. You know, there's no respect for what we do in early years, and yet we might not need so many doctors. We might not need a national health service that's so mega. We might not need more prisons. It's all completely up the creek. So it's about funding, respect, and educating parents, because parents vote. All right. And the EYFS currently doesn't really, it allows settings to give parents a lip service. It doesn't really encourage settings to educate parents to see. Our software has different levels of parent engagement. a lot of nurseries will give parents photographs of what the child's done during the day, and the parents really happy with that. Well, that's actually not good enough nowadays. Parents need to be actively involved in their children's learning. It's more than the bedtime story. They need to be singing in the car and talking to their child and not on the phone and, all of those sorts of things. The EYFS doesn't make us do those sorts of things. So parents need educating, and then society will understand things better.